Hey, Jacques.
Hi, Martin. Hi, guys.
Hey, Patrick. Hello. Hi, Leo.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Good to see you.
As well.
In this session is because one of the things that you have stressed, both of you actually, is that Cloudlab is a very thought after web-to-print solution, also because of it's very easy to use, right?
Absolutely, it is. It is totally headless. It's simple to use. It's actually made for everyone, not only for printers, but everyone who wants to get into print, get into web-to-print. I would say printQ is the perfect solution for.
When something is easy to use, and if you can use the term no-brainer, is that because it has limitations in what it can do, or is it just your approach how to make something as easy as possible?
It's absolutely not limited. You're totally free in what you're doing. You will see a lot of it in the demonstration. I will show you how flexible it is, how open-minded actually as well. It's very, very big, but still simple to maintain. That's the main point of printQ, I'd say.
And if you look at, I take that you have. I think that one of the things that is quite interesting when we look at the web to print market is, I think it's Bernd Zipper and Zipcon that a couple of years ago did a database with alone in Germany. I think it was about 700, 800 different web to print suppliers in the market. In different segments of the market, of course. The competitiveness that in web to print, and this is the first time, right? How difficult is that?
What is that?
How difficult is it to sell? What kind of? Because you know the big online printers, they have obviously already invested, right? Then there's the next segment of printers, they have already invested as well. Now we have I was thinking also because of the pandemic, there's a lot of people now saying that, okay, now it's not something that's nice to have, that is something that you need to have, right?
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, in that competitiveness that you also experience when in going to market, what kind of obstacles are you seeing and what kind of opportunities do you see?
The thing is, the opportunities are very huge, like for everyone who wants to get into web to print. And as you said, especially now during this pandemic, this is, from my point of view, the perfect situation to show how important it is to get into this market, because currently it's like this in most of our countries. You can sell or buy only online. There's no other possibility. So it's just perfect to have a web to print solution, an easy to use web to print solution where you can do like everything for open shops, closed shops, easy customers, complex customers. And with a solution like ours, when it's really headless and you maybe already have a shop system, it's so simple to get into the market. It's actually from today to tomorrow, you can just start with it pretty simple without having much plan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think what Morten also tries to emphasize as well, and for me is specifically with your solution. Is it the smaller ones or the medium ones?
It is honestly for everyone, because the thing is, we have the big players as our customers, like Simpris, but we also have very small printing companies here in Germany, because this is the big benefit in our software. It has a lot of possibilities, and you decide of what you're going to use, and it's not much more complex to use the big features. It's still simple, and you can build it on top of each other. You can start simple. If you're a small company, you start simple. I'm going to sell some business cards, some flyers. At some point, you realize, okay, I can have more machines. We're getting bigger. We're doing more with the solution. So that's why we are actually addressing, I would say, like everyone who has a printer at home. We are going.
So it's really scalable product then.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the printers that I've spoken to, they are looking into something, but they're a bit. Afraid, I wouldn't say afraid, but a bit worried about time consuming and the efforts that they have to put into to put something online. So I'm looking forward to see what the non-brainer is then. And
I totally understand that, because I would say when you first think about it, it feels like a very big step. Like there's so much to do. And it is. We can't lie about it. It is a lot of things to do, but mostly not as much as many people think. And then that's why we like such live shows where we can show our software, what is possible. And
have a live presentation. I think a lot of people will then easily see, okay, this is easy to use and this is good. Right. I know that, of course, it's prepared, but I still think it's really good. we have time also for after the presentation to have a Q&A, both from attendees, but also from Jacques and me. I'm sure we will prepare something, Jacques. And so why don't you just take it away? You know how to do it with we showed it to you, Leo, so you know it. Take it away, guys. We will turn off the camera and sound, and then we will be watching and listening, and we will be back with questions afterwards, right?
Great. Sounds very good. Then here later. Okay, then I will just start immediately my screen sharing, because as said, I'm not going to show just a simple presentation of our software. As you can see, we are in a browser, we are on a real life web shop, and I'm going to show you the products and things that we have, things that we provide directly here online. Okay, so let's start with the first product I would like to show you, which we can find here on top in our category called configuration. The product I'm going to show you is our so-called upload and configuration product. This kind of product is meant for people who already have print files ready, but maybe they want to select online some kind of product and they want to also configure the product. So it's not maybe just a simple, I have, I don't know, 14 pages, 16 pages, 20 pages or whatever, but they want to say, I want to have some embellishment on my brochure, on my product. I want to have different sizes, maybe even custom sizes. But as said, the print files are still ready, so it's not going to be prepared online. This is what our upload and print product is for. So when I open the product, you can see I have here 5 steps on top in which I can configure my product. As you can see, it starts pretty simple. I can select a format with which I want to get my product printed. So for example, I can select here DIN A5, or I can even add a custom format. You can always decide which kind of formats are available. You can also decide if the custom format is available or not. You can also say what is the minimum and maximum here in the custom format. So for example, the customer who I am right now is not allowed to select a format which is too big. As you can see, I said the width must be bigger than 22 centimeters. When I try it again, you see again it's too high. The maximum was 29.7. So when I reduce it to, let's say, I don't know, 25 or something, I can create and select the format. For sure, this is something you decide if it's possible for the customer or not. To keep it simple, I will continue for now with an DIN A4. So when I go on here, I can select the amount of pages, which is pretty straightforward from my point of view. Then I move on, I get to the colors. I can select how many colors are printed in my brochure product. And then I have the possibility to select the paper. At this point, I have a small little special built in. Now, when I select, for example, a 170 gram paper, I get redirected to the refinement. And as you can see, I have 3 selections: none, dispersion coating, and cellophane wrapping. The thing is, when I go back to paper, so at any time also you can go back and say, the 170 gram glossy is not what I wanted. I wanted 240 gram. Then you will see the cellophane wrapping and the dispersion coating is disappearing. So we have the possibility to define rules, so combinations of options where we can say if this option is selected, another option just disappears. So you can take care of your customers not configuring wrong products, because the people out there maybe don't know what is possible, what is not, what makes sense, what does not make sense. So you can keep track of that and say, okay, if it's below 240, you can select some refinement, and if not, you can't. And those options, can be whatever you want. So for example, you can also say if too many pages are selected, only a specific amount of colors is possible, or whatever you want. On the right side, you can see you can also include a custom quantity. So you can prepare some default quantities. You can also allow that the customer adds his own quantity, all based on your own decisions. The last thing that needs to be done here is the upload. So in this case now we can click this upload button, and then we can select a PDF which we want to upload. So I'm just going to select the PDF here, going to upload it. And then you can see we are also checking the print files. You see here, I selected I want to buy a DIN A4, but my PDF doesn't match the format. You see, I uploaded a DIN A5. I also selected 16 pages, but uploaded 300, and it doesn't fit. So we are telling the customer something is wrong. So in this case, the customer can just go back to configuration. For example, select the right format. In this case, it was an A5. If the amount of pages is available, you can select it, just reconfigure the product, and then you buy it, means add it to cart, and that's it. But then we have another case, the case where the customer doesn't have a PDF because maybe he don't know how to prepare a PDF, or maybe he doesn't even know what to add on the PDF. In this case, we have our personalization products. Our personalization products, as said, are made for people without a PDF, maybe even without any knowledge about printing. We have different kind of editors, which I want to show you on different kind of products. And I would like to start simple in the beginning. In this case, with my business card. This business card is using our so-called form editor. When I go on the product, you will see it looks directly different. There is no configuration possibility, but it also could be. All our product types are also possible to be combined. So I can say I have a configurable personalization product where I select the format and then I'm going to personalize. But nevertheless, now I want to show you the personalization so you get the idea of what I mean when I say personalization. I'm going to click this button and our editor opens. And as you can see here on the left side, I have some input fields. On the right side, I have an image. As you can see here on the left side, my name is directly written into this input field by the beginning. This is because I am logged in and the system knows it's me. So it knows my name, my title, my mail address, my mobile number. So this data is pre-filled. I don't need to go in every time and say, okay, I'm Patrick, I want to buy business cards. The system just knows. The system creates the preview so I can just check it. Is everything fine? When everything's good, I just add it to cart. But there could be a second way. Maybe my colleague Leo is calling me saying, hey, Patrick, listen, I'm somewhere, I currently can't go online, I can't buy those business cards, but I need them immediately. Can you help me? It's not a problem. I can just go into the system and replace all the data here with Leo's data. I guess the name, maybe let's just add also here the email address. That's the wrong one, that's the right one. And then I can refresh the preview. So I can change the data, then I can create the preview image, and I can see it here. And this image is always created live. So that means I will always see this image here based on the data on the left side. Then we also have the possibility to include rules here on the business card. I mean, the business card is, from my point of view, one of the most corporate identity-based products that are available. And as you can see here, I just added the number in this way. I can also edit in a different way, like I add 0049 instead of the plus at the beginning. I refresh it. And you will see that not much will change. Actually, nothing will change because the format is not coming from what I'm typing. The format is coming from the business card. I told the business card, you need to look like this. In the beginning, you have a +49, then an empty space, the number, again, some empty spaces, so it always looks perfect. You can also include as many rules as you want. For example, to other things, let's just add our name a bit different. As you can see, everything is in lowercase. Then we have here our street with the German word. It's called Gerberstraße. Cloudlab is written lowercase. When I refresh it, you will see again, nothing much will change on the business card. Because the business card knows our company, it knows that the C is capital, that the L after the D is capital. It also knows that we are not calling it Straße, we are calling it str dot. So you can shorten the street. And it doesn't matter for us what street you add in. The system just knows if it's a street in this field here, it needs to be written here with str dot. Yeah, and that's how you can prepare rules here for your business cards, how you can show them here in a live preview so your customers really see what they get in the end. And from this point, Again, you can add your product into cart. In this case, the system is calling me, please double check your data. So the customer is definitely sure the data is right. You are sure you're going to print the right data. And after that, you can add the product into cart. That's so far about the form editor. And as I said in the beginning, the form editor is made for, I'd say, corporate identity-based products. But at some point, you also have products, which are not that corporate identity-based, but products which are more flexible. Like, for example, a flyer. A flyer is mostly, not that much based on a corporate identity, but something more free. In this case, when I click on Personalize, you will see that, first of all, a template selection will open. Here we can see our template gallery API. In this case, this is an AI-based template gallery, so our templates are based on an artificial intelligence. Right now, we have about 20 million different templates in our template gallery. We have a lot of different categories in here. So that means you don't need to prepare every template you want to give to your customer. You just connect this API to your system, and the customer can scroll through, as said, 20 million different templates, can check the categories. And if the end customer likes something, he can just say, I'm going to use this template here. And then it's going on into the editor. Here the editor looks a bit different than before, because now we are working free. First of all, we can see there is again a live preview, but it's even a bit more than it was before, because now I can rotate it around. I can check it from every place. I can zoom in, I can zoom out to really check the details of my product. Here in this editor, I'm pretty free in what I'm doing. So for example, I can say I'm going to maybe move some objects here. Maybe I'm going to change some colors. So actually, I as a customer can play around a lot, like changing here some content. Let's just add our company. I can add my own images. So if I don't like what I see now, I can just say, I'm going to use something different. So I'm opening my images, uploading it, and going to move it into my template. So I can really change the template as much as I want. So actually you can compare it with some kind of reduced online InDesign tool in which you can work and prepare your templates. Based on this, I would like to show you also another product. We stay in the same editor, but I want to show you a cool feature in another product. Because most people, when they are thinking about print, they are thinking about business cards, flyers, brochures, so simple paper products. But that's not it. Printing is not only printing on paper, it's also printing on other materials and fabrics. As an example here, I have our shirt. But this can also be marketing material as a pen or whatever you can think of. And here you will see we're using the same editor for this kind of product, even if it's not printed on paper. Again, I start with a template, with a, let's say, pretty simple template. This is just our logo on the chest of this shirt here. And also here, every step that I'm doing is happening directly in the line of time here on the right side. So if I move it down, it moves down. If I move it to the left, it's also moving to the left. And now the cool thing here is, maybe I don't want to get anything printed on my t-shirt, but I want to use some kind of embroidery. So then I can say, okay, I'm not going to print at all. It needs to be embroidery. So I can select it here directly in our tool. When I change it, you will see on the template, there is not really a change. It still looks as it looked like. But now when we zoom into the t-shirt, you will see that something will change. Now it's not printed anymore, but as I said, it's embroidery. And you can do this for every object that you're adding here on the canvas. Here on the left side, you have the menu in which the customer can select what is possible and what is not. And a good thing about this menu here is, first of all, you are deciding what is possible, what is not. So you can say image is allowed, shapes is allowed, a text is allowed, but you can also say maybe shapes are not allowed or images are not allowed. And then as a customer, I can just simply place an object here. By default, you see it's just a simple print. But maybe first of all, I want to change the color. And then again, I want to say here, yeah, this is also embroidery. So I'm going to select it. And when we check the image again, you will see it's not just a simple print here anymore. Yeah, that's so far about this kind of products here in this editor. Then the next editor I would like to show you is our so-called OTP editor. But first of all, let's go here into the preview. As you can see here, the preview shows a green color because when we're using embroidery, it's a spot color that is used to show it. So you also can show to your customers how the PDF in the end will look like with the spot color, and at the same time, they will see the 3D preview of the final shirt. Yeah, so let's go back on the homepage of our web shop and open the next kind of product. The next product I want to show you, as I said, is some kind of mix on a corporate identity based and a free product. I'm going to show this with this folder here. As you can see, this is a printQ folder, which is showing some information about us. When the editor loads, you will see the editor is pretty similar to the editor I already showed you, but you have some specials in it, which I want to show. So first of all, you can see that we are showing here a red line around, we are showing a purple line around, we have this fold line here in the middle, some extra information. So you are allowed to show a lot of information here on your product. So it's not only just simple the design, but you're also allowed to show more. You can help the customer to fit into the design that you are creating. Then editing tools are here pretty free. So for example, I can start moving objects around so I can play with it. I can switch the pages. So if I don't want to edit only the title, but I want to change some more content. I can also enable a grid view. So if I need some more help, so everything looks perfect, everything is in place, I can move my content here around perfectly. Then a very cool feature here in our OTP editor, as it is called, is our Pdft functionality. The Pdft functionality is made for a mass personalization. So means if you have, for example, an Excel file with 1,000 different people and you want to create 1,000 different PDFs at the same time, then you can use this functionality. Or it's also used for place cards, invitation cards, and products like this. So and if I want to enable this Pdft mass personalization tool, we have here this icon and my tool opens. So let me just drag it here a bit around to have some more space. And as you can see, by default, I have 2 columns because those are the mostly used columns on print products, in web to print products. Let's better keep it like this. And then I can say, because I'm selfish, the first person I'm going to add is me. Then let's say there is also our CEO, Mark. And because he's with me today, let's add also Leo. So I can add as many names here as I want. I can also add more columns. So if I say I need the name, the surname, and I also need maybe the title, I can just simply edit here. And I can give this column a name. And it will just appear here in my list. At any time, I can also remove something again. I can also remove lines, or I can just simply upload a file and use this one. So I don't need to put in everything by hand. I can just upload my Excel or my CSV file and work with this. Then when I want to add fields here in my text box, then I just need to click them and you will see they are appearing here. So then let's say I need some empty space maybe in between the names. Maybe I want to do it a bit smaller here. And that's it. Now I have my placeholders here in my editing area. When I go to the editor, to the preview, sorry, then you will see the first name that should appear here, which is mine. Here on bottom of the page, I can select any other data set. So in this case, it should be Mark, our CEO, and the last but not least is Leo Schneider, which appears here. So like this, your customers even can check all the content. They can also check it in a live preview or in this 3D preview that we've seen before, because as said, everything is combinable in the system. So you can use every preview for every product. Yeah, and that's so far about the Otp editor. Now we're getting slowly to the last editor I want to show you right now. Or actually, it's not our last editor, but it's our last product type. Because in our software, it's not only possible to print on simple paper or to print on fabric, but we are also having a packaging solution. That means you can also use packaging products. So let's first of all go here into our packaging category and open, for example, this gift box. This product page, again, looks a bit different than the two other pages that we saw before. The reason for this is because this is a very flexible product. As I already said in the introduction, and our software is built like this, that it could have possibilities for like every customer. As you can see here on the left side, first of all, there's a possibility to configure the product. You can say what kind of paper you're going to use, what kind of format, if you're going to print on the outside, also the inside, if you have some refinement. And then you also have the possibility to change the size of the product. So let's say, for example, I'm going to reduce the width a bit. I can click this preview button, and my preview image here in the middle will change accordingly to the settings I made. So you see now it's not that wide anymore. I can also go in, change, for example, the height, or I can change whatever I want. Again, in this case, I can work again with rules. So if I say maybe one specific height is not allowed or one specific width is not allowed, maybe there's a minimum, maximum. It can be defined so it always perfectly fit. Yeah, I also can check how this product works. So I can open it, I can close it, I can rotate it around, check it from every side, just to be sure this is the product I need or this is the product I want. I can also check my product in 2D. So if I say, that's not enough for me, I want to see the cut lines, I want to see the fold lines, I want to just see the details. We can generate them as well. And they are also always based on the width, depth, and height that I add here. Now, as you can see here below, I can even download a PDF. So if I say, I don't want to use the editor, I want to make it myself, then you can just simply download the PDF and open it. I don't know, an Illustrator or whatever software you're using. And here we have the cut lines. And based on this, you can create your product and then upload it. When I go back to the 3D preview and I say I want to upload something, then let's just pick the PDF I just downloaded. Then I can move it here, and I will again get a preview here on my product page. I can do actually the same things as I did before. As you can see here, again, we are checking the format, we are checking the pages, so we are getting the details here. And then if I realize, actually, I don't want to upload it, I want to do something more, then I can say, okay, let's go and personalize the product. And then, as you can see here, maybe you remember it from about 10 minutes ago. Again, this is our template gallery. Our template gallery is also built for packaging products. As you can see here, I can, again, navigate here through different categories. I can check what I like. And from this point, I can select a new template. And this template is, again, based on the new size that I've created. So you don't have to think about it, how will it look on my new size, because our artificial intelligence can put everything perfectly in place. So you see, this is my new 3D model that I've created before. I can work on this template totally free. So, for example, move this content here around however I want. And as you can see here on the right side, again, the free model gets updated based on whatever I am doing here. I can still zoom in here into my template. I can still open and close it. So at any time, I know exactly what I will get home or what I will get into the office when I work here on this template. And as said, we are totally free in whatever we are doing. The last, but absolutely not least thing I want to show you in this presentation is our refinement tool here on this packaging product. So for now, we saw that we have the possibility to select, for example, embroidery for a T-shirt. But yeah, let's just pick some other object like this diamond, and let's add it here on this product. Let's move it on top, and then let's go here into FX, where we can find the different refinements that we have. As you can see here, embroidery is not possible in this packaging product because it doesn't really make sense. But it's just because I decided that it's not possible in here. If you say, I have a packaging product where embroidery is possible, then you're good to go. You can just select it in the back end of the system and it will be available. But for now, for example, I want to say I'm going to use this gold foil stamping. I select it here, and then you will see here on the right side in my 3D preview, it's appearing. And it's not only just a yellow color, but as you can see here, when I rotate it around, you can see the light effects here of the box. So you definitely see where is my refinement and where is no refinement. And it doesn't matter if it's the silver foil, if it's the gold foil, if it's just a relief varnish or whatever you want to see here. It's possible also with this lightning effect. And even if you only have an image, so let's say, for example, you have a logo or you have some kind of object which you want to see here, but you don't have it vector-based. I mean, as a printer, you know that it's hard to use an image, to have an image for a refinement like this, because it needs to be vectorized. In our software, it's also possible to vectorize an image. So let's take, for example, this logo, and let's say I need some kind of varnish here. So like this gold foil. Then you will see here below, your vectorizer will open automatically, where you can select which is the refinement area, bright or dark, and you can also change the threshold here. I mean, you see it's a pretty small image, that's why it's not perfect, but if the image gets bigger, yeah, the threshold can be changed very, very perfectly, and then you can see that the light effects and the gold foil stamping is also working here. Yeah, that's so far about our headless printQ solution. From this point on, I would say we can go into our question. I take this as a compliment. Thanks a lot.
Oh, yes, fantastic. The thing is, of course, and that is because maybe also I think that sometimes is really great to see what you see from the front end side. Mm-hmm. And as we are not so stressed on time right now, do you have? Can you show a little bit from how you actually manage products from the back end and how your production flow also comes into place?
Absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I would say let's start with the production workflow, and from this point I will switch into the back end.
Yeah,
I mean it's a pretty quick step.
Okay, but then let me ask you a question. It's just because like if you look at the box, for example, what is I mean, you had the one with the wine box with the handle, for example, right? That is of course requires some kind of templates. Is that like a standard die cut, or is it specifically made for how it folds and unfolds? And I mean, how do you prepare a file like that?
Well, actually, this is everything. But actually, it's possible.
And another question in the same, because one thing that I liked a lot, also in your editors, was like that you could like peel off layers of things. Is that because it's like is that files that are created in the tools, or is it layered PDFs where you can take those layers of colors? You had like these shapes where you remove them. And I was just wondering how you do that. Is that something that's been prepared for the demo, or how? I mean, yeah, explain, please.
No, actually, also the way the templates get into the system is again a decision that you can make. We have different kind of possibilities. One possibility is very simple, and I would like to show it directly here in the back end. So here we are in. This is not for the customers. This is what you see in the back end. So let's assume I'm going to create a new template.
Patrick, we do not see your screen.
I turned it off. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry for that.
Me. No, that was me.
Then let's go. And from this point, I can open the editor to create a template. So I can say edit SVG, and I, as an administrator, can work in the printQ editor. So I can say maybe here on top I have some kind of image, then on bottom I have some kind of shape, and things like this. And like this, I can prepare a template, save it, and give it to my customers. And from this point, they can start working. Or And this is the mostly used way is you just create a template in InDesign, upload it, give it to your customer, and that's it. And every layout is in InDesign. So if you have, for example, an image, then you have some kind of vector-based object and some text. It's still a text. It's still a vector-based object.
So, okay, so it remains the properties of the original file, basically.
Exactly. That's it. That's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
But as you said, please show. I mean, from order to how you get the files into production. I think that would be.
Yeah. So right now, our headless software is connected here to a Magento system to have the checkout, but it can also be connected to any other web shop. So if you prefer WooCommerce, Shopify, Hybris, or whatever, it can be connected. In my case, as said, it's a Magento system. And yeah, let's just create the order here. So it's a very simple checkout. You say billing address, shipping address, place the order. And yeah, for the customer, so far, that's it. In the background, what happens now in printQ is the following thing. We are checking the files which are getting into the system. So in this case, I have an uploaded file. I have also files which were designed in our editor. And then we are going to create a JDF file. So a machine readable, sorry, I need to log in here quickly into my backend. So we are creating a JDF file. So every print machine can read it and see, okay, this is the format I need. This is the paper I need. I need to print it with as many colors as the customer selected. Additionally to that, we are also generating a job sheet file, which is a human readable JDF actually. But yeah, let's stop talking about it. I will just show you now. So here we can see my order. I can't see my products. As said, this is just an example. It could look different in WooCommerce or something else. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to create the invoice. So the system knows it's paid, and now we can start production. So I'm going to submit it. So from this point, we need to wait about 1 or 2 minutes until the production files are created. In the meantime, I can already show you that the print files are here in my backend. So we created the business card. From what I remember, I created it with Leo's name. When I click here on download PDF, you will get a PDF file here. And as you can see here, it's not just a simple image or something like this. It is a real print file, which can have also cutting marks, which can have a trim box. So when you prepare it using a trim box, using cutting marks, everything will be as it was. If you have vector-based objects on it, we are not converting it into image, so you always have a perfect print file. Same for the uploaded file. I mean, it was a very simple file. I guess it was 300 white pages that I've uploaded right now. Yeah, but as you can see, we have all these 300 pages still in the PDF. Yeah, let's just reload the backend quickly to see if the job sheet is already there. If not, I guess we can just also go to another order, which I did before, where we can check the job sheet files. So let's just open, yeah, for example, this order here. Scroll down a bit, and then you can see here is also a business card which was ordered. You have to download PDF, plus you have a download job sheet file. And in this job sheet file, you will see the information which you need to print, like what format is used, what color is used. You can see who is the customer, who is going to pay for it, where we need to send it. You see a preview image here of the PDF. And this can be either downloaded in the backend of your shop system, or this can be sent directly to your printing machine or to, I don't know, the person who's going to print. So yeah, actually you don't need really much hands to maintain the printing process here, because we can automate like everything in our system.
I'm still amazed, and and sorry for asking this question before. I didn't know that, and maybe it's because I wasn't prepared well enough, but I didn't know that you basically, so Cloudlab is like it's like the engine for using together with a storefront, and the storefront could be Magento, it could be basically anything, and so in the solution that you just showed here, Patrick, is that like, do you have like some kind of plugin to manage the flow and things like that from the Magento from more like print related things, because if you have like a standard Magento, I don't think you have all the attributes you need for print, right? So that is something that you add
deep into technical things, not that much of a developer, and they implemented the API in WooCommerce with this documentation. Based on this documentation, you can have this whole workflow in your own system without any big issues.
So when you look at your solution compared to the other solutions, would you say that your focus is mainly on the user experience from a production and ordering perspective? Because I was blown away when you just showed the business card. You've seen a lot of these things where you can have previews in some kind of template based use, but I don't think I've seen it in a web to print solution. And I think that if you are an end user or consumer ordering print, it resembles so fine also, because you instead of having a lot of pre-made templates, you basically see the product in some kind of context right away. I really congratulate you on that, and I feel a little bit angry with myself that I haven't checked you out more in the past, because this is something a lot of people should know, I think, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How old is your company?
We are now 8 years.
Okay.
About 8 years, right? We have
and out of Germany, of course, as you said.
Exactly. We have four different locations, 2 in Germany, 1 in Berlin, 1 in Dortmund. But Dortmund is our headquarters. We have 1 in Liechtenstein and 1.
With your company and your, you consider yourself as a global supplier, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
And when people get on board with you, I get that the fact that you use original files for the templating and makes it from this presentation seems very seamless in how you use it. Is it what is the pricing model? Is it subscription, or is it a license, or is it how do you do that?
Well, it depends actually. Like also our software, we are very flexible in this case. We have a purchase license where you can just buy the full software, install it on your own servers. We also have a software as a service model where you just pay monthly for it. There is a one-off license, but which is less than the purchase license. Then there is a monthly fee that you pay. You can host it on our servers, on your own servers. So actually, we are trying to fit in, as I said in the beginning, for every company, for every person, and even if there is not the perfect way already there, we like to talk with the people, and they're asking us, hey, listen, I need it this way. Do you think you can find a way? And I would say, yes, we can do it.
Yes, we can, right?
Yes, we can. Exactly.
Just to go a bit deeper on that question that Morten just asked you, like obviously you have to input all in the company, have it locally.
They can have it locally. That they even can split it. They can say, for example, we are going to keep the full web shop system on a cloud, but all the print files are directly sent out to their own server, to the printing company, so they don't have to store it on it. So again, both ways are possible.
Okay.
I just saw Leo just wrote me that we have a question here from Jacob Hedem. He's asking, how long is the average time for a simple B2B shop with, for example, 10 products with 4 variants? Jacob, this is it seems like a pretty simple question, but it's not really, because it really depends on how the products look like, also how much you want to change design, with what kind of people you are working. But I would say let's keep it simple. Let's say you have already some knowledge in web to print. I guess you have a lot of knowledge in print. First of all, you get the 3 days of training from us, or 2 days of training, based depending on the license you have. Then you get the system. You need to think about how will my system look like, how will my products looks like. And if you have all these questions answered already, I would say it can take a week, maybe even less, but it can also take like 2 months. It really depends on, he left his office the second day and he was live, and that was it. So actually, if you want, you can really do it, in like 2 days. But that's a very special situation, I would say.
Of course.
So I would mostly think about something between 1 and 3 months, always depending on the products and the quality of the system in the end.
when you look at your solution, I take that it was deliberately that the front end that you showed was a quite simple front end. Do you have like I guess that you support all the standards like Bootstrap, HTML5, standard style sheets and things like that. So can people pretty much style it as they like as well?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm very happy that you asked this question because the thing is, the front end depends on the web shop system you're using. So if you have a flexible web shop system, you can use different kind of themes. You can just simply buy them for a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
But you can also make your totally own thing. And there is one customer.
So that's based because of the Magento have all these opportunities to basically install these themes, right?
Exactly. And there is one customer I always like to show. I will just start my screen sharing once more and show it to you. This is a customer from us. They're coming from Israel. So
but Patrick, I know that you're very happy that it has icons at least now, right? When you click around.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it would be definitely hard, even if I know the shop. That's true. Yeah. But here now you can see our editor. We didn't touch it at all. They made it themselves, and it looks totally different. And the base was the same as I showed you. So actually it is possible for everyone to do whatever they want in the system. Actually, we're trying to keep everything as flexible as possible.
Yeah, fantastic. I don't have any questions further. Let's see if I got anything here. Mark Tanner is asking here online, is it possible to use the software for web to print books for self-publishers or for student newspapers, multi-page documents? And I can see that, Leo, you have already answered that, but maybe, Patrick, you want to either tell something or
absolutely
extend on it?
This is absolutely not a problem, and I will just go back quickly into the demonstration that I made. Let's just open the brochure. I mean, I guess this is going in kind of the way you're asking for. I mean, it's a pretty simple product. It has only 2 pages, but it shows that multi-pages are possible. So in this case, I have the title and the back, and I have 2 inner pages. But with this, you can see that this would be actually possible. So let's just open the editor, and then I can switch here to the next page. And if I want to, I can have also 160 pages or as many pages as I want. That's absolutely not a problem. And the cool thing here is, as you can see, most of the content is flexible, but for example, those blue lines here, they are fixed, so I can't move them. So you can also say maybe this here is movable, the content can be changed, can't be changed. So you can, because InDesign already is providing a possibility for this, you just need to lock.
So you still use the InDesign for also the locked elements.
Absolutely. You have as many layers as you want. That one is flexible. You leave it open. When it's not flexible, when it needs to be fixed, you just lock it, and that's it.
I'm just astonished. This is really cool, and I think this is really showcasing some of the things that and some of the issues that I have worked with. First time I saw a web to print solution was 19 years ago when I worked with Xerox, some Israeli software. I can't remember the name of it, and now worked with web to print for many years. I don't know about you, Jacques. You have also customers working. I mean, this seems to be something that is really
it seems to be like you say. It seems to be very straightforward, and as well the thing
very
that also
strong at the
me,
same time, because I mean when you have the original files in this one, I just think can't help think about
from InDesign. That's the thing which is great.
Patrick, so let's say that you have a template like this one, and then let's say that you have a template where you also use the photos. Do you from the Magento upload?
And here we go. There is the template.
Well, wonderful presentation, guys. I'm breathless, speechless. Not breathless, speechless right now. And I think I congratulate you on because I think you promised something that was very a good inspiration, and I think you did your job fantastic. So we are running out of time. We're not so stressed this time because we actually have a 1 hour break now, because we're going to, the next session is with amazing print tech in Canada. And Slava Appel, who's the owner and CEO of the company, he's been in the business also as an author for many years. So for the audience, I have put in a little link to the next session if you want to see it. And to Patrick and Leo, I hope we will get an opportunity at some point to see more, because
very happy.
This has been great. So I hope
you can just contact us, and then we will schedule a new online presentation. And as I told you guys earlier, mostly it's about 60 minutes to 2 hours. So there's a lot more to see.
Yes, and
I think so too.
Yeah, and I hope you have enjoyed being part of INKISH here.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure. Thanks a lot for having us.
You're most welcome. Everybody, have a lunch break and see you in an hour's time or something like that. And Patrick and Leo, once more, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. See you soon, guys. Bye.
See you soon, guys.
Have a good one.